I'm going to be rich like Allison. And I didn't get like, I think my paycheck was $60 and my first one. And I mean, $60 was still like, I had a Honda Civic at the time. So that filled up my gas 3 times. But still, I was like, I'm not rich like Allison. And so um, after that, I kind of like just went through a period where I didn't quit because like I knew I could do, like I knew I could make money in the business if I did it. So I was just like needed that spark, but I never got it because I work as a nanny and I love my job. And like, so I originally started this business because my husband and I were getting married and everybody told us that we were going to be broke. And like I heard people, my husband's in ministry, so I heard people telling me like, you're going to be eating ramen noodles. And I was like, I ain't eating ramen noodles every night. So after that, we were fine. Like we didn't need money because I had a good job and he had a good job. And so then I was thinking like, if I ever want to be a stay-at-home mom, like I'm going to have to do something. And so like later on after we got married, probably like 3 months, I was like, I can have a kid at any time. Like, and I don't want to wait until I have the kid to start working. Like, I want to start now so I'll be prepared for when I have a kid. So, like, I told Allison at the end of a month, I was like, I'm going Ruby. And I hadn't worked all month. And it was the very end. And she was like, well, no, you're not. She was like, you have to work from the beginning of the month. And I was like, no, I can do it. I'm going. I didn't go Ruby at the end of the month, but I started getting customers then. Like I actually really started working because like I'd put up posts here and there, stories here and there, talk to people, message here and there, but I was never consistent. So after that, the next month, I was enrolling at least one customer a day. Like I was ready, I was going, and I was enrolling a customer a day at least. And so instead of hitting Ruby, I hit Emerald, which is the next rank. So that was super awesome. And so now last month I just went Diamond and hopefully soon double.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love your story. So she literally, guys, like, she told me at the end of the month, like, she was going Ruby. And I was like, okay, like, yeah. Like, I won't tell someone no, but like, you got to start working at the beginning. And then from the next month, she started working and went Emerald basically in 1 month. I mean, Emerald in 1 month. So that was crazy. So what are your biggest tips on how you sign so many customers? Like how many people are you talking to a day? Is it from messaging or host to post, or like how do you do the customer thing?
So I just started trying to do host to post because I tried it like in the past, but I did it a few times and I like didn't really get anybody, so I quit. And so I'm starting that again, and I haven't really gotten anybody yet, but again, I just started. So I message. I send out a cold message. I send out at least 100 a day. If I have like extra time, I'll send more, but at least 100 a day. And it doesn't take hardly any time. Like I get it all done in the morning and I'm done, like I'm done for the day. And people just reply to me during the day. So I send those out and I just talk to people. In my script, I don't use like the basic script that everybody says. Like I let people know a little bit about me. So I tell them like my name. I tell them I'm from North Carolina, and I tell them like I live with my husband and my puppy Stella. And I tell them I love God and I love traveling. And I tell them probably a few other things about me, just so like it's not kind of just random, like they feel like they know. And once I started doing that, instead of just the hey girl, can I give you some more information, like I started getting so many more people. So like people comment back to like, oh, that's awesome, like I'm from North Carolina or I've been to North Carolina, and it can kind of lead into a way of starting a conversation. And so that's how I just get people interested. And I upsell. Like I personally got results from the coffee, chocolate, greens, and thermophyte. So with getting those results, like I have something to show people. And I showed them those results, and babe, you're going to distract me. Sorry, my husband just came in the room. what was I saying? I have like ADHD. Something happens, I'm like squirrel. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got my personal results off of those 3 products. So I send my personal results. And so with them seeing my personal results, they're like, okay, if you did it with that, then like I can do it. So most of my, like, if you look at my sales, it's mostly the keto triple threat, like the keto coffee, chocolate greens, and the thermophyte. Even if they don't like coffee, I'm like, you're going to like this. Like, just get it anyways. And so that's what I do.
That's awesome. And so you said you do cold messaging and host posts is kind of, and I feel like everybody's kind of trying host posts right now. Like
Yeah.
we all see these people do host posts and we're like, we'll try it. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to ask you. So upselling. So for example, if somebody came to you and they were like, I just want the coffee, how would you upsell that?
I normally tell them, I'm like, I love the coffee, but I say I personally like love the coffee and the chocolate greens. Like it tastes amazing together. And I just tell them, I'm like, that's what I use to get my personal results. And then I'm normally just like in the thermophyte too. Like I just let them know that that's what I use to get those results. But even if they don't want the coffee or not the thermophyte, like they always get the coffee and the chocolate greens together. Like, I just kind of link that in as one thing.
That's awesome. So, guys, personal results help so much. I know my rap results always go crazy because my rap results are lit because they're mine. So, like when people come to me and I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna love the raps," they're like, and I show them my results. They're like, "I want the raps," because like I did them, and so they're like, that's you. So I feel like personal results are huge. So what else was I gonna say? So
I also do a video each morning of me doing the coffee and the chocolate greens to show people that I use it every single morning. And when they do that, I get messages all day, like from people I talked to a long time ago, because they just see that consistency and they're like, okay, I'm interested in that. Like, I'm ready to get started on. Like, I've seen you use it. Like, I want to get started on it. So I do it every single day.
Oh yeah, I love your coffee videos. So as far as self-development goes, what is your biggest self-development routine?
Honestly, for me, sermons.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I'm watching a sermon, it just gets me fired up. And so, like, I don't have to, like, listen to stuff about money or success necessarily. I just have to be in a positive and a good mood. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, then it kind of just it just kind of reflects in when I'm messaging and stuff like that. So, I love sermons personally, but I also, like, just I look up like random, like just motivational video, the ones that are just like, it doesn't even have to be about business. I don't even know what I look up. I think I just type in motivational videos and just the stuff that it's at like the hype videos just gets me hype. But I don't really I read a few different books and I've listened to, or I've done Girl Wash Your Face and stuff like that. And I like those too. But personally, like sermons and stuff like that get me more fired up than anything. So
That's awesome. So what is your biggest tip for somebody who's wanting to go diamond? What would you tell like your distributor self?
consistency. Like message every single day, post every single day, like and follow up. Like I get customers all the time from like October or December because this is how I do it. I have everybody in my phone and it took me a while to figure out a system that worked really well for me. And so I will get if I message somebody today and then they just don't reply, I message them again the next day and I say, hey, did you get my message or something like that? And then if we start having a conversation again and they don't reply, I'll message them the next day. But if they don't message after the first time after I say, hey, did you get my message? I write them down for a week later and I message them a week later. If they don't reply that next time, I message them a month later. Or if like they were super interested, then I'll like do every week. And I've only like I have people all the time. They're like, "Thanks for keep following up with me. Like I loved it. I just need to wait till the right time when I got the money and stuff." So I've only had one person was like, "I thought you would get it," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like I just have people who tell me to keep following up because they're just waiting until the right time for them." So it works really well. Did Phoebe say something?
You message on Insta and Facebook.
I do Facebook for the host to post. So I've been messaging on Facebook for host to post. And I do Insta just cold messaging. And that's what I do my 100 people in because I have 2 different accounts too. And so I message 50 on one and 50 on the other.
Do you feel like having 2 different accounts really helped your business?
Yeah, it did. Like at first I thought I was just going to use that account because I didn't want to annoy people on my own account. And so then whenever I use both, it just reaches more people. And like I'm almost to the max of my followers, or you can only have 7,500 that you're following. So I'm almost to the max of that. So that also gives me more, like I just started a third.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just trying to build that one up. I haven't really been doing a lot on that one yet.
Yeah, definitely. I have 4 accounts, and I know if I did not have 4 accounts, like I feel like I would not be where I'm at. Like it just gives you so many more people to talk to, and Instagram will like block me on one. I'm like, that's okay because I got another one.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for everything. I'm trying to think if I have any more questions. If y'all have questions for Kristen, please put them in the chat. And this is being recorded too, so that if that way if you miss something. I really liked how you follow up because after a week they kind of drop off for me, and I go
Yeah.
back like a month later, and then I kind of do it that way. So I love your technique as far as that goes. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Sometimes if they're super interested, I do more, but
Yeah, I know this is going to cut off in 2 minutes, but if you could tell us a little bit about signing distributors and then like keeping them on board, how you kind of keep them on board.
so I don't like most of my distributors come from my Instagram stories. And so I just I tell my story. And at first, like, I was very, like, I didn't know what to say and stuff whenever, like, I wasn't making anything. And so I would tell them other people's stories. And so, like, a lot of times I was honest and I would tell them, like, this is my upline. Like, this is where my upline is. This is the things. Or I'll show them, like, Cassie Westland or Cheyenne Knox. I'm like, this is what she was able to do in the business. And, like, I know I can do the same thing. And I try to FaceTime my distributors once they sign up. I'll give them a few days of trying to work their business. And then after that, I do a FaceTime to try to see what they need, if they need help on anything, and answer any questions. So they have a little bit time to like figure it out, what questions they have, and then I follow up with them and just do a FaceTime individually so I can answer all their individual needs or like questions.
Oh, nice. I know this is about to cut us off. I wish it was longer. But thank you so much for being in here, and please message Kristen if in the chat or like even privately if you need help. I'm sorry that this is cut short, but thank you so much for talking. Congratulations for promoting to Diamond. I'm gonna cut this off before it like cuts us off talking. So thanks everybody for being on. This will be recorded, so I will have it up later for us to watch. So bye everyone. Thank you.